Hi. In this Lenten season at Church in Pawson Highland, we are focusing on what it means to have embodied faith in a virtual year. We tend to think spirituality existing separately from our physical body, but we are coming to understand more and more that our body, mind, and spirit are interconnected and interdependent. So, embodied spiritual practices are those that put us in touch with our spirituality through our bodies, enhancing the way that our body, mind, and spirit work together and nourish and restore our relationship with God. Today, I want to talk about Sabbath. Sabbath as resistance, and Sabbath as an alternative, and Sabbath as an embodied spiritual practice. In one of our many reading groups, Liberation Group, we have been reading Sabbath as Resistance by Dr. Walter Brueggemann, and I will highlight two important points made out of many points were made by Dr. Walter Brueggemann, and then share how we could incorporate Sabbath into our spiritual practices. First off, according to Dr. Walter Brueggemann, the creation story in Genesis highlights an important point. God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and rested on the seventh day. Also, Dr. Brueggemann highlights the story of Exodus, how God came to liberate the Israelites from the imperial slavery under the Pharaoh in Egypt and set them free. And God gave them the 10 commandments. And out of those 10 commandments, the fourth commandment, God made the Sabbath holy. God yearned for us to rest. God wanted us. God asked us to rest. God liberates us from the insatiable requirements of this imperialistic working society. And we're able to rest because God rested first. To God, Sabbath was a way of giving us a taste of divine rest. God, the omnipotent, the omniscient, and the eternal God, could have worked 24/7 if he wanted to. Instead, God rested. God showed us, and God rested first. God showed us that he is not a workaholic, and God showed us that he is not anxious about functioning and working 24/7. God showed us that the well-being of creation does not depend on endless work. Actually, divine rest and the willingness to rest show us the faith, hope, and love of God, and the vision of God. The second point made by Dr. Brueggemann is that rest is not just for me, an individual. Rest is for all of us, our community, our neighbors, and our church. Dr. Brueggemann highlights Isaiah chapter 58, a famous passage on true fasting. And he turns these words, fasting, into resting. And it is just as enlightening. The reason for our resting and the reason for our fasting, which is especially important in this Lenten season, is to loose the chains of injustice, untie the cords of the yoke, share our food with the hungry, provide poor with shelter, and clothe the naked. Then your light will shine forth like dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. And then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Amen. So I highlighted two important points made by Dr. Brueggemann. One, we could rest because God rested first. And second, true resting, true fasting is allowing our community and our neighbors to rest as well. So this Lenten season, let's try our simplest form of spiritual practice, resting. Let's detach ourselves from our insatiable desires, whatever it may be. Let's turn off our Netflix, YouTube, social networking, and let's detach ourselves from food, shopping online, shopping offline, or just working so much that we are neglecting to spend time with God, ourselves, and with our neighbors. Let's turn off. Let's rest. And while we are resting, let us remember that God rested first, and that true resting is allowing our neighbors and our community to rest as well. Thank you, and God bless.